We are coming to you live from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada, on Turnbuckle Studios, part of the Turnbuckle affiliation program, with another episode of Turnbuckle Talk. I am Carl Carafel. I'm joined alongside Chris Best and OMD. And as you saw in the graphic there, for those of you that are watching us live as we are going to be talking tonight about the Elimination Chamber and maybe our predictions for the event that is coming up this Saturday. Before that, though, we do have other topics that we're going to discuss throughout this episode so that we can make it a little bit longer for you. Talking about the predictions is probably only going to take about 20 minutes. Not going to be very long to be able to talk about that. We only got 4 matches, people. 4 matches is all we've got so far on that card, and I think that is more than enough for what we have available.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to get right into things with this episode, and that means that it's and as another video plays, it means that unfortunately, okay.
Now, it has been confirmed as of last night that Kalyx is now going to be the name of a current women's referee, but she's going back to the ring. And I'm talking about one Jessica Carr. She's been a referee with the WWE since 2017, becoming the company's first female ref since Rita Chatterton back in the 80s. She has quite an extensive experience within the ring herself. She's 33 years old, from Baltimore, and she's going to be joining the WWE Evolve show, from what I've been reading.
Okay.
This makes me so excited to see her get back into the ring, because I've gone back since I found out last year that she was a wrestler at one time. I've gone back and watched a few of her matches, and she's actually decent. I loved her in ring work.
And yeah, for sure.
I'm happy to see it. I want to see her wrestle on TV now.
So I just want to make sure. Kalyx, you said, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Very, very interesting. I took a look, and I wanted to make sure that I had had it down written properly, because, well, I want to make sure that Mr. Joe Morin, who is joining us here, knows about this name as well. So it actually means a flower bud or most beautiful, and it's actually an English Greek name.
Yes.
Very, very interesting that we get such a name for Jessica Carr. Someone who has been just amazing and has gained a lot of popularity for her referee style and for her beauty. It has been put out there that a lot of people think that she's kind of cute. So
I'm one of them.
There we go. Right. So for us to be able to see that type of a name come out for this person makes me wonder, are we going to maybe see a little bit of that come into the character? We're going to have flowers, or we're going to have, something like that as part of the character.
That's the thing. I haven't seen like any images of her under this character.
Right.
As we know, because WWE likes to play their cards close to their chest with their new stuff lately. But as this report that I'm reading here, she already has competed and will be appearing on the 4th episode of these Evolve tapings. She worked a tag match on that show. So I'm
nice. Again, is she under a mask?
That's what I have read too. She will be under a mask.
Right. That
So
is what I have been seeing too. Yeah.
yeah, she's going to be wrestling under a mask. So I'm assuming she's going to be pulling double duty, where she's going to be both a ref and a wrestler.
For the time being, I figure.
Yeah.
OMD, you're a little too quiet. Weigh in here.
I am excited on this for her. And yes, she is going to be competing under a mask. I have seen a photo.
Okay.
But it is going to be interesting to see, does her referee style play into her in-ring work, knowing how to really manipulate the rules as a wrestler? And I know one of the questions that you guys just asked was asked last night. Is she going to pull double duty? We saw it last night that she pulled double duty as an official. I did not see officially until Mr. Best just said that she will be appearing on the 4th episode of Evolve, which is already, yes, they've been pre-taped.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be very intriguing to see. I haven't seen any of her in-ring work, but her style, her in-ring work as an official is absolutely incredible.
If you ever get the chance, OMD, just look her up on YouTube. Look her up under her gimmick name, which she wrestled on the independent scene as Kennedy Brink.
Okay. There we go. So, Joe, I don't know if you knew this or not, but WWE essentially has taken over Evolve and are taking the stars of Evolve and allowing them to continue to work, but underneath a new show, a new branding of a show per se, that they're calling Evolve. They're keeping the name, they're keeping that historic piece for everything, and allowing these stars to continue essentially underneath a WWE brand now.
Yeah, and it's going to be under the WWE ID brand as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it is all being booked by Gabe Sapolsky.
Okay.
Yeah, so
very interesting.
Gabe, who created Evolve, is still going to be very much involved, which is a great thing, you know?
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. 100% that's fantastic.
Now, we do know that it is available on Tubi in the United States and on YouTube here in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Joe just asked. He said, and it's going to be on Tubi, right? And OMD just gave us that answer.
Yeah, Tubi in the States, YouTube everywhere else.
But it is very interesting that they are not opening ticket sales to the WWE universe because they don't want any leaks and any of that getting out. So it is going to be the talent, their families, and coaches that are going to be there.
So it's a good Ronnie. Fantastic idea. I would absolutely love to see stars from the main roster be able to go and work with stars from Evolve. Ivy Nile, I think, would be perfect. Michin, yes. BFAB, yes. Lyra Valkyria and Dakota Kai, I think that they would work fantastic for Evolve and for the style that there is in Evolve. But with them being bigger names right now on the roster, it would be good for them to have like kind of one-off appearances for sure. But I think that we could really do some good storyline things with Ivy, Michin, and BFAB in Evolve.
Yeah. I mean, right now, specifically Ivy and Lyra are involved in one of the budding angles, we'll say, on Monday Night Raw right now.
Yeah.
Michin, I think she might still be going after the U.S. title over on SmackDown, the U.S. Women's title, I should say. Yeah, BFAB would be fantastic there because she still needs a little bit involvement in her in-ring.
Budding I think could be a stretch for sure. They're toying around with the ideas.
Yeah. No,
I think they're not doing a bad job with it right now, but I think they need to allow things to blossom instead of just budding.
Yeah,
well, that's what I mean by budding, because the angle between Ivy Nile and Lyra started last night.
Okay,
So-
gotcha. See, I wasn't able to catch all of Monday Night Raw due to my shoot job, due to work. So I
Yeah.
have not been able to see that as of yet. I saw the last hour because, yeah, it essentially almost went for the 3 hours last night on Monday
Yep.
Night Raw. So
Yeah.
that last hour portion, I was able to catch all of that. Yeah, so that is foreign to me as of right now. But
right.
I
Now,
don't know. I think I would like to see more for Ivy Nile, 100%, because I'm a fan
Absolutely.
of Ivy Niles, right?
Absolutely. As we were discussing, because we have the ID titles created, and Evolve is going to be using the ID talents as well as being competed on the indies, it is almost being done in the style similar to NXT Level Up, as they are going to be working to gain an NXT deal.
Right. Right. And for those that don't, if you're watching on the video portion right now, you can see those WWE ID championships within the WWE now from presented by Triple H, the black, the men's, and the white with the women's championship. So for all of that to be included as well, I think is a fantastic idea, especially allowing the use of Evolve to be part of that ID program. Almost so it's interesting to me that NXT, which almost started like for those who may not understand, the like a farm team, let's say.
Yeah.
Right. So in sports, you've got the farm teams. You got the minor leagues. NXT was kind of designed in the beginning to be that, but it has grown substantially to the point where it is its own thing now, which is beautiful. I absolutely love that. Now you got to bring in something else, and I think that Evolve is a beautiful replacement for what NXT has been, and I think that it can definitely take control of that. I think Ivy Nile was supposed to win the #1 contendership, but she got hurt, and they called an audible. Maybe that's a huge possibility, and I honestly definitely could see that. WWE needs to give another Gable Stevenson, male, female, a belt, and they're not even working, or doesn't need to give another. Okay, I understand what you're saying here now. Yes.
Well, Gable Stevenson's long gone from the WWE, so
yeah, that was such a short-lived pile of dung that didn't do anything, and has just become a joke, unfortunately, now within the industry.
Yeah.
Jessica Carr, though, amazing for her. Beautiful that she is being able to go back to her roots of professional wrestling and be able to wrestle once again, even if it is under a mask. With the internet today, everybody's going to know who she is, and it's not going to be any real huge secret, as it's already starting to come out and unfold. Yeah, absolutely beautiful for that. OMD, have you got a topic for us today?
I do, and this is one that we have covered countless times here. Fans harassing wrestlers. Rhea Ripley, once again, has had to go and issue a warning to fans, saying she shouldn't have to say this. Do not ever send fan mail to my house. That is by mail or self-delivered. 100% not okay. Bronson Reed a year ago did the exact same thing in the exact same verbiage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not cool, guys. I mean, these wrestlers, they have PO boxes for a reason. They had
was it the exact same wording?
The exact same wording.
Jowd, thank you so much for popping in. Hello to you. Thank you. I'm happy you're here to join the discussion. You're the exact same wording you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody knows that I am a little conspiracy theory-ish. Theory-ish?
Theorist?
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is this something that legitimately happened? Or is this now just us being given something to talk about? Us being given this information to kind of go over once again? Is this something that didn't even happen, but is just being thrown out to us in this type of a conspiracy theory realm? Because why in the blue hell would the exact same verbiage and wording be used if not for this to be something that they are just trying to push?
Because the awareness is back on the rise, because this didn't just happen to Rhea Ripley. It also happened to Asuka a couple weeks back.
Yes. Asuka had her X account hacked.
Asuka had people showing up at her door.
Yeah, there was an incident that she had to call the police on because it made her feel unsafe.
Okay, no, and I totally get that this shit happens. I definitely do. I definitely do. Jowd, what we're talking about, and Bobby Petito, our number one fan. Good to see you in here, brother. What we're talking about is fans sending mail to superstars, professional wrestlers' homes, or going there, showing up in person with mail or gifts or anything like that.
Yeah.
That is, for me, okay, this does not compute for me. Why from a year ago was the exact same wording used? That, to me, if this was a Rhea Ripley coming out to say something like this, it would not be in the exact same words that were used a year ago, unless it were the WWE feeding into the hysteria of sorts.
Right. Now,
You know what I
know
mean?
that we do know that last week Rhea Ripley was not on Raw. She was home in Australia supporting her husband, Buddy Matthews, at AEW Grand Slam, as well as celebrating her honeymoon.
Okay.
I do believe, and please, Mr. Best, correct me if I'm wrong, I do think that Bronson Reed a year ago did say you can send fan mail to WWE headquarters.
I will correct you because I have all of his verbiage.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Before you get to that, Ronnie, maybe that is something that's related. Asuka and her YouTube channel.
Asuka
maybe
doesn't film at her house though.
Right. She doesn't. Correct. But maybe because people feel close to her through her videos, that might be some people taking that as an invitation to do so. Bobby Petito has liked our video on YouTube, and we greatly appreciate that, because that 100% is a free way for you to help support the show each and every time that we are live. That shit's creepy. Imagine if you're a normal person and some guy shows up with a gift. Yeah, 100%. Like, that definitely is creepy. 100% it is. Man, ain't nobody sending Braun shit. I wouldn't be, for sure. And I think she gets fan mail. Yeah, 100%. She definitely would be getting fan mail. I don't see why she wouldn't be. Like, she's a star. She is. So what is the verbiage there, Best?
Bronson Reed actually put out on his Twitter, sending fan mail to my home address is a big no-no. I will not respond, and I find it an invasion of my privacy. My home is for my family. If you want to send fan mail, send it to the WWE headquarters or to the PC, which is, again, that's where all the wrestlers get their fan mail.
Okay. So the verbiage is different. It is similar in context, but different. So I just went on a 10-minute rant about conspiracy theory for absolutely nothing.
It's all good. It's all good.
We like your conspiracy theories, brother.
But people, it is not right. Don't do it.
No.
There are the avenues that are in place for you to do so. You want to send fan mail, send it to the WWE, and they will pass it along. They have dedicated teams of people in the mail room for those purposes.
Yeah. And the same thing can be said for Asuka and her YouTube channel. Just send her send her fan mail to the WWE headquarters because she will still see it. I know she reads the comments on her YouTube channel. I've seen her respond to comments.
Yes,
so even just leave a comment on her video. And while you're at it, leave a comment on our video too. Leave a like and subscribe. Leave a follow as well. Hit that bell.
We've already got Ronnie talking to us here on YouTube and Bobby. There's no reason why you can't either.
Yeah.
No reason at all. Let's move away from that bullshit. Move away from that stuff.
Yeah.
OMD, you have one other piece of news that I am aware of that that is not a positive thing right now for another brother of ours. Jowd, we appreciate you being on Twitch. I'm going to be completely honest with everybody here before we get to this next piece of news. Twitch has not been very good to us. Twitch has not been very favorable or profitable for us at all. And unless we have more people that are willing to watch us on Twitch, we may have to reconsider our choice of using that platform. Jowd, you being here definitely 100% helps. And I am so appreciative of you for chatting along with us, because this is making the decision harder for me, which isn't a bad thing. So for that, I very much so appreciate you. Can I send fan mail to your house like Big Braun? Hey, if you want to, yeah, I'll set up a PO box if people want to send us fan mail for sure.
Right, 100%.
Yeah. OMG,
So,
I know sad news you have for us. Let us.
Sad news. Out of the independent scene, a Chicago wrestling legend, Eric Priest, and former AAW Heritage Champion, has passed away at the age of 50. This is a man who played a pivotal role in shaping Chicago wrestling during the early 2000s. AAW announced his unfortunate passing on Twitter, highlighting his significant contributions to the Chicagoland wrestling scene and his support for many aspiring wrestlers. He was known to fans as the underwear model and the gold standard, celebrated for his strong build, hard-hitting style, and the portrayal of a confident heel in the ring. Throughout his career, he's secured several championships, including the WCPW Heavyweight Championship, and competed against many top wrestlers who later emerged as stars in WWE and TNA. His matches were noted for their excitement and his consistent competitive spirit.
And there is one of the photos that has been circulating around for Mr. Eric Priest.
Yeah.
A definite mainstay in that area, a legend on the independent scene. A horrific motorcycle accident has caused this to happen. Ronnie, definitely take a look and see what you can find out about Eric Priest, pro wrestler. I watch the independents as much as I possibly can. Sometimes I can say that I was not very familiar with Eric Priest, but to just as you put there, underwear model and a confident heel, definitely somebody to look up. I believe 100% for sure.
Yeah, my memories actually stem from his time in WCPW, because he came up in that promotion around the same time I discovered Joe Hendry, and this was over in England, where he went over and captured the title there. Put on a lot of fantastic matches there. I will give him that. He was one of those guys that I felt like should have made it big, but didn't, and he found his markings through the independent scene, and you know what? I will give him credit on that one.
Beautiful. Yeah, Bobby, check him out. 100%. You should check him out as well. I know that you enjoyed checking out some other professional wrestlers, Bobby, and you've looked up a lot of the ones that we've talked about on this program, whether it be Kamikaze, and any of the females that we have talked about here on this show. Zandra Lee, you became a fan of Zandra as well, from hearing about what she can do on the independent scene. And another one to check out is Vinny Da Vinci. I want everybody to look him up as well. That man works his ass off for the business and for independent professional wrestling. So Vinny Da Vinci, go ahead and check out that name as well. Mr. Best, what other news have you got for us?
I've got some lawsuit news, and it doesn't involve a former CEO for once on this one. It involves a current CEO, though.
Oh, okay.
Per Fightful Network, wrestler Ryan Nemeth has sued Tony Khan, AEW, and CM Punk in a California state court. The complaint, per the report, has claims of assault, breach of contract, breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, and international interference with prospective advantage. The gist of the case is that Nemeth has accused CM Punk, listed as Phil Brooks, which is his shoot name, of assaulting Nemeth in the locker room. Nemeth claims that AEW thereafter benched him at CM Punk's request. Nemeth contends that after CM Punk left AEW for the WWE, the defendants attempted to blackball Nemeth from professional wrestling. This seems like a pretty serious allegation from Ryan Nemeth. From paragraph 41 of the complaint obtained by Fightful, Tony Khan blames Nemeth for Brooks leaving AEW and has used his significant resources to make sure that Nemeth can never again make a living in wrestling. What do you guys make of this situation?
Well, wait. Say that last part again for me here.
Tony Khan blames Nemeth for Brooks leaving AEW and has used his significant resources to make sure Nemeth can never again make a living in wrestling. Now, according to what I've seen, I don't think Ryan Nemeth was involved in any way with what happened with Punk leaving.
I don't know. I don't know any of the logistics behind any of that. Yeah, right now, he is working for TNA, isn't he, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Ryan and Nick, both. They're working for TNA right now. So the fact that we have here a CEO, an owner, a person of substantial business practice, saying that he believes this person is the reason why someone else left, and it is now his mission to make sure this person never becomes successful. What?
I think this is a case of he said, and it's going to be a lot of blame going around. We all saw when CM Punk was let go from AEW, he was let go for cause because of the situation backstage and that not being his first incident. The fact is, Ryan Nemeth is still working. Does he have that necessarily lucrative AEW deal? No. Is he happier where he is? Probably.
And that's what I was going to get at. The video that caused Punk to leave, the fight with Jack Perry, in that video, I didn't see Ryan Nemeth anywhere in that situation.
Right, but we have no idea what else backstage could have, caused that. I'm looking at this as somebody who has run businesses, who has run and helped run professional wrestling businesses, as well as the Source, as well as cell phone kiosk stores. Punk leaving and any of that is not on one person like a Ryan Nemeth. That is on you as the boss.
Yep.
Where you were not able to take control and take care of the situations and keep your client happy. Keep your employee happy. So don't go blaming other people for that failure and that downfall, and then try to say, well, because, it was Ryan Nemeth that caused CM Punk to leave, so I'm going to make it my mission to make sure he's never successful in this business again. Dude, you have now just set a precedent within your company that everyone is going to be walking around on eggshells, because if they do something wrong, you are going to blame everything now on them and make their life difficult in the business that they have chosen and the profession that they love. Nobody is going to have I have lost respect for Tony Khan in those words. As a businessman to a businessman, you need to rethink your wording, or if you're going to say something, maybe you need to take it through someone else first who can maybe spin things a different way for you, instead of making this claim and making yourself look like a fool, because that's how it looks to me right now. Tony Khan, you're a fool for that. Sorry, I went on another tirade about something that is part of it, but it's not part of it. And sorry.
Yeah. You know what? You're allowed to, dude. It's your show. So, yeah, I don't blame you, because if Tony Khan is doing this kind of stuff, that is so goddamn petty.
Right.
Want to know? Yeah. If this lawsuit, those NDAs might need to go public, and that's
because I realize they're different circumstances, but why isn't he then not necessarily trying to blackball Miro from working, even though they've come to terms on a release? But Miro was creatively difficult. And, same with Malachi Black. Why isn't he going to try and blackball Ray Fenix for being injured?
So maybe there is some truth and some clout to that story that Ryan did maybe do something wrong in the back. I don't know.
But again, I want to go back to you mentioned Ray Fenix there. And that again, to me, sounds like that's Tony being fucking petty. I don't mean to drop the F-bomb. I know we're not supposed to on this show, but yeah, I kind of had to on that one. That's Tony Khan. Just he's being petty about the situation. Bobby Stats, you're right. We haven't seen Scorpio Sky on the TV in a long time as well, and it honestly wouldn't surprise me if Scorpio is one of those guys that ends up leaving. And to say that Malachi Black and Miro were both hard to work with for creative, from what I understand from their time in the WWE and in other promotions, they were sponges and accepted all kinds of different booking ways to book their character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to my understanding as well, they were excited to learn more and to grow and to see how they could mold who they are into what they were looking for.
Right.
And I remember,
you take a guy like
Malachi Black.
Yeah, you take a guy like Malachi Black,
Yes.
right? Like he's already got his personality, he's got his persona, he is who he is. But if they want him to try something, from what I know, he has always tried to do so and mold his character and fashion with what they are requesting.
Yeah, and I was going to say regarding Malachi Black, I do remember a time when he was on Zelina Vega's Twitch stream one time, and he was talking about just how easy it was in the WWE for him to bounce ideas off of Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Matt Bloom, William Regal. And
Terry.
He said he's had a hard time with Tony Khan trying to get ideas bounced off him.
Yeah. Ronnie saying, I mean, it makes sense to pay out their contract and have them sit home so their star diminishes before he hops to another promotion. But this is looking at it from Tony's best interest. So you know what? I understand that, Ronnie. I definitely do. We'll put that one up on screen as well. From a business standpoint, yes, I understand that for sure, because you don't want that you are going to take this person. And I'm just going to use Miro, just use his name as an example through this, right? We're not going to take Miro and have him continue to be on television and continue to have the fans get behind him, and then you just release him. And that's it. And then the fans are sitting there going, well, what the hell, man? We were behind this guy, and now you've gone and just up and took him away and released him. Whereas in this situation, you paid out their contract. You have them sit at home. They can sit at home and they can make it whatever deals that they want to now. They can be in those processes of making those deals while still getting paid and find another promotion for them to work in. As a business person, yes, that is, best interest from Tony's standpoint for sure. But I have to agree as well with Bobby Petito, who is saying that at times, yes, I believe that Tony Khan is just being petty, like a child with daddy's money going, I can do whatever I want. You can't stop me.
Yeah, because look at what Ryan Nemeth has done since going to TNA. And yes, I know he's there because his brother is there, but his stock has risen since going to TNA.
Yeah.
And I know that on Brace for Impact, you guys make fun of him, as do I. We call him Nick's brother. We don't call him Ryan Nemeth on the show. We call him Nick's brother.
Yeah.
But he's, in the last couple of weeks since they've been doing the angle with Nick Nemeth being released, he's starting to come out on his own.
Okay.
And I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, OMD, you would know a little bit more about that. You know, you're there kind of bracing for Impact while watching TNA, right? So yeah, Laugh my ass off. Nick's brother, for sure.
Ryan is really coming into his own on the mic, especially.
Good.
In the ring, he's always been fantastic
Nick's
and
brother.
working to improve. But on the mic, and I mean, I realize that he does come off as a Vicky Guerrero type, but instead of "excuse me," it's "my brother."
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But he is coming into his own on the mic, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for him, whether it is going to be an X Division title, whether he and Nick capture the TNA Tag Team titles. But I think it's going to be a very bright future for him.
Ronnie, come on now, guys. Next topic. Nobody giving Nick's brother any props. we always have to give props where they're due, for sure. And if somebody is continuing to grow, then 100% good for them. That is exactly what I would want. This isn't even an Uso or Bret Hart comparison. You're true. You're true with that statement, for sure. What else do we have? We can move on, though.
We've got one more story that's been coming out over the last couple of days. But in the offices of the WWE, morale has been down. According to new reports from one Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics, he's been reporting that multiple current WWE employees spoke of a decline in morale as reduced benefits, limited pay increases, and heavier workloads have been named as factors. He's written that TKO's projected annual revenue is expected between $2.67 billion and $2.75 billion for the employees. Thurston spoke with also that they felt a growing disconnect between corporate messaging and their daily experiences. And this is something that actually kind of, I think, balances out from what you had said, Carl, about being the boss and being able to reach out to your employees. If there's that disconnect, there's no relationship there. And there are companies that will come out and say, hey, look, we have a great relationship with our employees, blah, blah, blah. And they don't.
Right.
I will admit, as much as I loved working there, Walmart was one of them.
Now, if TKO and Endeavor are, again, doing these record profits because you've streamlined everything and you've used the majority of the UFC backstage people when the merger happened, and if you're still in that streamlining, of course, there's going to be disconnect. But there needs to be incentive. Like, if you are going to kill the morale, you're going to wind up where you were 10 years ago with half-empty arenas because people aren't going to want to come to work. Now, this doesn't affect the locker room, but it can reach there.
It partially does affect the locker room. Ronnie saying talent must feel those lawsuits WWE is getting bombarded with. Hey, thanks, Nick's brother. Yeah. I mean, the morale that's there right now is more a backstage production and head office. Correct? Am I correct in that statement?
I think it's more head office than backstage.
Okay.
But even so, like those head office, the morale is down there because the head office then has to talk to the backstage people. It's all a trickle down effect that could very well happen in it. And if this isn't corrected, it could lead very well to the talent that I'm seeing on my screen right now as I've got NXT playing. It could lead to the talent morale going down. It's a huge trickle effect.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think, unfortunately, though, like I'm going to use you as an example, Mr. Best. You spoke about your time with Walmart and how you enjoyed your time at Walmart. Well, I'm sure during that time that you were at Walmart, there was dissatisfaction at the top levels.
There was, and there was a change in management that caused that trickle down effect.
right? But you didn't necessarily feel the full effects from that because you still enjoyed your time there.
Up until my last month. Then that's when the effects started to take in.
Okay. But it was a slow trickle effect. And I think that, like, we may see some things on television where we kind of go, oh, well, that was kind of substandard. So morale must be down. I don't want that we come to that point because I think that sometimes we just have to recognize that sometimes it is just substandard, unfortunately, and has nothing to do with morale being down in a head office. I know for my company where I work, my head office really doesn't even give a crap about us. They're worried about the end of the day and the dollar, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right. So we kind of do our best to be our best at the end of the day. I feel absolutely zero effects of whatever dissatisfaction is happening at head office because it doesn't come down to us. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe they're just better at keeping it to themselves and hiding it. I don't know. But everybody's going, oh, see, Ronnie, good job. I just looked at the screen. I agree with that. People are going to complain no matter what. And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody hates their job. Not everybody can be Stone Cold Steve Austin and love their job and be able to beat the crap out of their boss as much as sometimes we would love to. Yeah, I mean, people are going to be upset no matter what. And if morale is down, if your morale is down in your workplace, change your workplace.
Yep.
Find a way to get out of the situation you're in and change your workplace into somewhere where you feel is going to better suit you and your needs. And if that means throughout your life you are changing jobs 16 times in your lifetime to be happy, then do it and be happy. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Your view may differ from mine. Yeah. You know what I am?
Yeah, I'm 100%. I was going to say I'm 100% with you, Carl.
Okay. Everyone wants to be like Penta and walk the aisle like Michin. Yeah. Why not? I would have loved to have been able to do that. Back when I was wrestling, I didn't know who Michin was. I didn't know who Penta was. So I really couldn't. Something that we are going to be witnessing is going to be happening in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We're going to be getting No Escape Toronto, as those in Germany know it by. And for us in the rest of the world, we're going to be getting the Elimination Chamber Toronto is, I guess, kind of officially what they're calling it. Absolutely stoked for this. Absolutely jealous of one OMD who may be high up in those stands, but is going to be able to be there live as it happens. Because of that, because you're going to be there.
Yes.
I want Mr. Chris Best to go first and give me his thoughts on the Elimination Chamber.
Okay, which one?
Mr. Chris Best. I said.
Which chamber?
Yeah. The entire show.
The show Elimination Chamber.
So I know, Carl, that this is your most favorite show of the year. This is my second most favorite show of the year behind the Royal Rumble.
I've
got a lot going into this one.
Favorite. We got to clarify. Everybody's favorite is WrestleMania. Every year, WrestleMania is everybody's favorite. We get that. So yeah. That's not including WrestleMania.
Yeah, I always say not including WrestleMania. Royal Rumble is my show. So, but I'm so stoked for this build for this show, and I'm just going to go from what I'm seeing here from the top to bottom, which starting off the men's chamber, I think I've been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on this one because all 6 guys are stars in this match, and I'm leaning towards CM Punk taking the win on this one. I'm leaning towards that because I really want to see CM Punk and Cody Rhodes go at it after that promo they had a few weeks before the Royal Rumble.
Right.
I'm still getting goosebumps thinking about that promo.
Okay.
Now, the women's chamber. Carl, you're going to love me because I'm going for, I kind of want to see Liv take this one.
Interesting. I got thoughts. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. I'm not sure how she does it, but I kind of want to see her do that. She seems like the most likely bet. It's either her or Alexa Bliss because I'm looking at this list and I don't think Bayley does it. I don't think Roxanne Perez does it because of the fact that they've got a feud going on.
Right.
But there's also that tag team title feud that's going on right now too between Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair and Naomi. And Raquel Rodriguez, who's not in match.
Right.
But I kind of like the idea of Liv or Alexa taking the win.
Okay. Okay. Northern Vixie.
So yeah, I'm going to change. I'm going to say
Alexa
because now that I'm.
Yeah, we got a new newcomer coming in over on our Twitch, Northern Vixie. I thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate you and Carl both just kind of being there and listening along a little bit. I really love that as you guys are watching Has Been Hotel. I appreciate you greatly. So, Mr. Best, continue.
Yeah, I switched it up to Alexa Bliss because I realized as I was saying that, I'm like, wait, Liv has the thing with Bianca and Naomi because I know Bianca and Naomi are going to want their rematch for the tag titles. So I'm changing it to Alexa because she's the outlier in this whole situation with all the feuds that are going on into that chamber. She doesn't have a single feud going on in this thing. She's the outlier here. So I'm picking her to shockingly take the win off somebody. Tag team women's action too. Nia Jax, Candice LeRae taking on Trish and Tiffany. I mean, you got to go with Trish and Tiffany because Trish is the hometown girl.
Right.
Not enough said on that one, right? Now, for my match of the night that isn't one of the chambers, Sammy and KO, they're going to tear the sky down with what they're going to do to each other. Yeah. And I think KO is
Ronnie, I'm going to get your comments. Hold on. Go ahead, Chris. Yeah. Or are you done?
Sorry, I was saying KO was going to take the win on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Ronnie, does no one see Logan Paul as the dark horse swerve? Yes, I do. 100% I do. With everything that they have been doing right now with Logan Paul, with his promos, with everything that has been going on, damn right, I can see them giving this to Logan Paul for sure. Do I want that? Oh, hell no. I don't want that. But I can see it happening because business-wise, it could 100% make sense. Damian Priest is another name that I could see becoming more of the star that he is. He's a former champion. He could come in and win that chamber to get that status of being champion back. So I think it could be either one of those two. CM Punk, yes, I think that we can take this and we can stretch this out even further without having to have him win that. Without him having to win the Elimination Chamber, we can still continue this and stretch it out. John Cena is not going to be winning anything until like November before he fully retires. And Seth Rollins, well, he's Seth Rollins. That's all I got to say about that. Bondage Undertaker, no. Yeah, I don't want Damian Priest to win it either. Who I would want to win, honestly, would be Seth Rollins. I would love for Seth Rollins to win, but I could see it going to Logan Paul. Northern Vixie says, to somebody who doesn't watch wrestling, Logan Paul is gross. LOL. Yeah, a lot of the fans think the exact same thing for sure. Sky's the limit. That's right, Bobby. Sky is the limit.
Yeah.
When we go to the women's Elimination Chamber match, now you had originally mentioned Liv Morgan, which, yes, before last night, I would have said Jake Paul just entered the chat. Of course you would. I would have said Liv Morgan, but considering now that her and Raquel have just won the women's tag team championships, I don't feel that they're going to double champ Liv Morgan. As much as I would love it, I don't think that they're going to. We are looking at Alexa Bliss. I believe Alexa Bliss is a contender, but I don't think that she is going to be the one to win this either. Bailey is Bailey, and I love her. Naomi has some things to deal with. Roxanne Perez is great, but needs to grow a little bit more. Bianca Belair. I am not necessarily a huge fan of Bianca Belair, but I believe what we're going to see is that through all of these video vignettes of who took out Jade Cargill, we're going to find out some information that may shock absolutely everybody. And Naomi is going to go, you don't deserve to have any championships. And yeah, we don't anymore. And yeah, Jade and I, bye-bye. And Bianca Belair is going to be expelled. And Bianca Belair is going to be going, holy crap, everything backfired. Everything blew up in my face. And she's going to be the one to win this. And that could be the start of how all of this implodes. I think we are going to see Bianca Belair win the Elimination Chamber and go on to WrestleMania. Tiffany Stratton. It is Tiffy time with Trish Stratus. Hometown girl Trish Stratus, Hall of Famer in the WWE, teaming up with, I would say a future Hall of Famer in Tiffany Stratton, taking on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. I love the tag team of Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. They work so good together, I feel. But yes, we're going to see Tiffy and Trish win for sure. The unsanctioned match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I don't care who wins. I know that I will be entertained throughout that entire matchup, and that is all I care about. And I know that the two of them are going to give me an entertaining show. Bobby is saying, nice to see Candice LeRae still getting TV time since she's been with Nia Jax. I miss her tag team with Indy Hartwell. Yeah. Kind of miss Indy as well. I'm not, yeah. OMD, you are going to be there live. So we want to get your thoughts on this as well.
Okay, I'm going to start with a complete surprise. With the Women's Elimination Chamber, one of Bianca or Naomi is getting taken out.
You just say Bianca?
One of Bianca or Naomi.
Oh, okay.
Is getting taken out before the match, and we get a returning Becky Lynch.
Oh, son of my gun. Oh.
However, I am still going to stick with Bailey winning.
Okay.
And I have Bailey winning because last year she was initially going to challenge Rhea before everything unfolded with Damage Control.
Gotcha.
So I think now that we had that interaction between them at Survivor Series, I think we're going to get to Bailey and Rhea at Mania. Unsanctioned match. You're going to love this one. We get a heel Randy Orton returning and laying Sammy out.
I would love it.
Only to be thwarted by a debuting Josh Alexander.
That's a lot to take in. Mm-hmm.
Tiff and Trish versus Candice and Nia. It's Tiff and Trish. Hands down, you're not going to deny Trish Stratus the win in her hometown.
Right.
Men's Chamber, Damian Priest.
Cite your sources. Give us reasons.
I think
APA
that
formatting.
for me, it's the Seth Rollins, CM Punk angle. They are going to take each other out. Drew has had issues with both of them. I can honestly see where they said that Logan Paul is the dark horse. Logan Paul is going to knock somebody out after he is eliminated, allowing Priest to get the win. I even went on record last night on both the Locker Room Breakdown and on the Raw Patrol. And I'm going to stir the pot here a little bit because I said that Logan Paul is greater than The Rock, both in the ring and on the mic.
Did you just say Logan Paul greater than The Rock?
I did.
I put him in timeout for that yesterday, so
I need to have a talk with your mother and get you tested.
But no, I believe it will be Damian Priest going and challenging Cody.
Okay.
But that brings us to one segment that we've forgotten to discuss.
Yes, we have.
And that is The Rock's ultimatum to Cody.
Which is what?
Will Cody become The Rock's champion? Will he become the corporate champion and give The Rock his soul? And I don't think he will.
Do we need this?
No.
I don't think we need it.
no. It's to me, I don't know why, but I feel like this is going to be just like when Vince McMahon ordered Deborah to be in the corner of the Rock for Rock and Austin at WrestleMania 17. If everybody has remembered that angle, it got forgotten about by the following week.
Yep.
I'm going to say no on Cody because this is, I mean, yeah, sure. Turning Cody might heel will be a good thing eventually, but right now Cody's still at the hottest he needs to be.
Yeah.
He's still one of the top merchandise sellers. Why would you turn him heel at this point? When they remember when they turned Austin? See, that works too. Logan Paul becoming corporate champion, that works.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I also thought of the idea of imagine how much of a heat magnet it would be if CM Punk became the corporate champion. It would be a complete direct turnaround from where he was. And it would be kind of like when Austin turned and joined forces with Vince. Because remember, Austin said he would do anything to win the WWF title from The Rock. That also included getting Vince McMahon's help.
Wait. Hold on. Let me get my glasses. Okay. Oh, the year is 2025, not 1993. Yeah, I think we're way past all of this.
Yeah.
All of this stuff that we've seen it, have we not?
Yeah.
Chris Best, you have quoted several times that this has happened and gone on. We
Right.
don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
I understand that professional wrestling is a men's soap opera, but it doesn't mean that we have to continue spewing the same storyline for 57 years.
Right?
I was just gonna say, I mean, like on the YNR, they've used repeated storylines there all the time. So
The fact that you watch YNR, that's your business, man. We'll leave you at that.
I don't watch it. My grandmother, who recently passed away, used to watch it. So shut up, OMD.
I'm not going to make a shot at your grandmother. You know I love that woman. But
yeah,
we know you enjoy while you're editing in the studio that you've got YNR playing in the background.
sometimes I do because, again, I like to have that memory of my grandmother with me. So there.
And I think we can all say we love grandmas.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If you guys are new here and want to find out where you can see us, it's been ticking down below the entire time. We are available on YouTube. We are available right now on Twitch, and we have our own socials as well. But if you're interested in what other shows and programs we have to offer here, let's take a look at that right now for you.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And there you go. That's where you can see everything that we have to offer here with Turnbuckle Studios. Bobby, I'm so happy that you have said that you like the Turnbuckle Studios logo. Yes, it is definitely a change from what we had before, and I think it really pops right now and looks so much better. Before we go fully out, though, OMD, this is you now. You need to explain why you think Logan Paul is better than The Rock. Oh, we came back from video, so he doesn't have a microphone right now. Well, I will quickly then go over everything else for us. We do have our link trees that are available, and I'm just going to go through each one quickly. So for OMD, it is Linktree, linktr.ee/OMD show. For Mr. Chris Best, it is the same, except you're going to change it to Chris_Best83. And for myself, it is at Karl Karufel, KarlKarufel. We do have a shop that is available as well. If you're interested, go and take a look at our shop at karlkarufel.redbubble.com. You can find a bunch of Turnbuckle Studios merchandise there, including the OG Turnbuckle Talk logo shirt and the OG Turnbuckle Studios logo as well. All of that is available for you. And you saw at the end of the video the clip for the Chris Parrish podcast. Well, check out his link tree as well at Chris Parrish, Perish. That'll get you to everywhere that you can see the Chris Parrish podcast. Amazing guy, amazing friend, and I am very thankful for him being part of us here with the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. And if you'd like to see a little bit more from us, or even try to figure out how you can be part of the team, you can go to the affiliationprogram.my.canva.site. Yes, it's a mouthful, I know, and I understand, but you can go and check that out. affiliationprogram.my.canva.site and take a look at everything there. Bobby giving spoilers in there. Don't look, OMD, don't look. You didn't want any spoilers.
No,
No.
I knew the
Sell
Hardys
some-
were coming to NXT before that. So
Okay. Sell some free Nick's brother t-shirts. He's got it so tough right now. That could be something that we could look at for sure. So OMD, I'm going to give you the stage here I'm going to give you a 3-minute time limit. Give us in 3 minutes.
All right. One, I was at WrestleMania X8 when The Rock had the torch passed to him. 4 years later, he put the ball down and ran to Hollywood. And can't even make a good movie. Logan Paul, and I wasn't overly excited when Logan Paul came in. I thought it was just another outsider coming in. He's proven himself. He's put in the work. He is better athletically. He is better in the ring. He is more charismatic. And he is willing to do it. The Rock is the epitome of corporate greed, because going on the board of directors to get certain trademarks. I used to admire him for his philanthropy until I realized he needed to have a camera around at all times to record that. So it is his ego. It is his arrogance. I will take Logan Paul over The Rock any day of the week.
Find us on the socials, find us on Facebook. Find us wherever you can. And yeah, give us your thoughts on that final segment there. OMD telling us that Logan Paul is greater than The Rock. You guys got anything else you need to say before we close out the show today?
Yeah, at least The Rock doesn't go to Japan and film dead people. Just going to put that out there.
Yeah, I wasn't going there.
Not something
I
I've
went
heard
there.
about it, but not overly familiar. And I know that Logan Paul has been banned from the country of Egypt.
Yeah. Elimination Chamber coming up. OMD, enjoy your trip. Be safe, be well, and have fun. For Chris Best, for OMD, and myself, Carl Carafel, thank you for joining us here on this edition of Turnbuckle Talk, brought to you by Turnbuckle Studios as part of the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. Thank you. Remember, everyone, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other.